My name is Jenny Watson, and I want you all to sit back and hold on tight, because this is the story of how a few cool kids just like you set out to save the world from being one big happy meal for Count Dracula, the most famous vampire in the entire universe. I'll be your guide through the dark and foreboding forests of Transylvania and the busy streets of Victorian London. We've got it all. Bats, howling wolves in the darkness, and Dracula himself!
Whoa,
okay, be watchful because he could be out there anywhere. Okay, is everybody ready? Because there's so much to see and not a moment to lose. We're off! We are in London. The time is 1896. My best friend Shirley, Holmes, and I are hard at work studying for our exams when all of a sudden Mrs. Dobrinsky, the housekeeper, comes scurrying in, waving a letter in her hand.
I have a letter addressed to Mr. Holmes. It's marked urgent. Urgent? Did you say urgent? That sounds exciting, doesn't it, Jenny?
Sure beats studying for exams.
Then we must open it at once.
But it's not addressed to you, Miss Shirley.
But it could be a matter of life or death, Mrs. D. We have an obligation to open it. Here, Jenny.
Stop playing games and open the letter. It is a matter of life or death, I assure you.
Who are you, sir?
Dr. Abraham Van Helsing.
Did you ring a bell? Because I literally didn't hear any bell.
No, I did not ring the bell, my dear woman. I'm not even there. I'm inside the letter. Open it.
My dear Sherlock.
Please forgive this intrusion, but I'm in capacity.
Perhaps a cup of tea will help you wherever you are, sir. I'll be just a moment.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You're too kind, madam.
Thank you. The letter. Hurry. Sorry. Okay. And I'm in desperate need of your considerable talents. Thank you. At this very moment, my daughter, Sabrina,
Should be arriving at your door at any moment.
with the most disturbing news I have ever heard. I can't wait!
Here you are, sir. Just a moment. How may I help you?
Yes, madam, we are in need of the brilliant mind of Sherlock Holmes. Please tell him Sabrina Van Helsing is here.
And Wilhelmina Murray. Call me Mina.
And Jonathan Harker. Call me Jonathan.
There's not a moment to lose. We are afraid our dear Lucy is in grave danger.
Lucy. Lucy who? Because I didn't see any loot.
Oh my God!
Over here. Here I am. Hurry. I can't control myself much longer. I feel the hunger coming upon me. Please, you must save me from myself.
That was Lucy.
Is she inside the letter too? How does that work?
Previews of coming attractions, young lady. Dear sweet Lucy may soon become one of the undead.
Undead? That doesn't sound very healthy to me.
What's an undead?
A vampire, my sweet girl.
A vampire? Really?
Yes, dead, but still alive.
Ah, please. Vampires only exist in spooky stories for scaredy cats.
You are so very wrong, Miss Shirley Know-It-All. Vampires have roamed the earth for thousands of years.
You must be very tired by now.
They come out at dusk and drink until dawn.
Drink? Drink what?
The blood of the innocent.
That is the hunger. The hunger for blood.
Our poor dear Lucy has been bitten by the most famous vampire of them all, the Prince of Darkness himself, Dracula.
Sounds so juicy!
Dracula must be vanquished now, before it is too late, or Lucy will be lost forever.
Father is the most famous vampire hunter in the entire world. But he has no
I ache all over.
You poor man. So I said, please, Father, send me in your place. I can slay Dracula and save dear Lucy.
But he said,
No, you can't, Sabrina. You're just a girl. To which she replied,
I thought you knew that by now, Father.
Then he shook his finger and said,
Don't be cutesy with me, young lady. Then she did the,
Please, Daddy, please let me go.
and after a long pause, Daddy said,
oh, all right. But only if Sherlock Holmes will agree to go with you.
So we all sailed to London, hurried through its teeming streets.
and here we are, to seek the help of the famous Sherlock Holmes.
Mr. Holmes is not at home.
Mr. Holmes is not at home.
No, my uncle is on holiday in the Belgian Congo.
He's letting us use his flat while we study for our exams.
I'm his niece, Shirley Holmes, and this is my friend.
Jenny Watson, hi. My uncle, Dr. John Watson, goes with her uncle Sherlock everywhere.
They're inseparable.
I'm afraid they won't be returning for another few months.
2 months.
Then London, I'm afraid, is doomed, and civilization, as we know it, will be lost forever.
Lost forever? That sounds so permanent. Then we must save civilization ourselves, Father.
But there are only 3 of us now.
Achoo! I will do whatever I can, but I can hardly move my...
Wait!
What?
Is that the sound of doom I hear, my dear Jenny? Or is that the sound of an adventure?
I'll vote for adventure, my dear Shirley.
I thought you might! Ladies and gentlemen, you are not alone, for I am the clever and resourceful Jenny Watson.
Who is as strong as a bear, I might add.
We'll join forces with you to win the day for London and save civilization everywhere.
Here, here.
And what about studying for our exams, young ladies?
Well, please, we just have to fight Dracula. There you have it, Dr. Van Helsing. Jenny and I, it seems, are all you've got. So, when do we leave?
But if you don't mind me noticing, it's just that you don't look as strong as a bear to me.
Is that a fact? Here, feel.
Whoa, look at that.
My dear boy, you should not have said that.
Ow, 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 ow. My apologies. Oh, ow, my apologies.
Not a problem.
And am I to be left to twiddle my thumbs while you go and do battle with the Prince of Darkness?
So sorry. Everyone, this is Madame Lucretia Dobrinsky, my uncle's loyal housekeeper. We call her Mrs. D.
You will need me. I know this Count Dracula.
No way.
Yes, way. I had a life, you know, before Mr. Holmes was so generous to me. My family lived for generations in a small village in the Carpathian Mountains. Every once in a while, a girl might go missing here. Come with me!
Oh, goodness.
An old lady who forgot to lock her door there.
Her too?
But one night, the wolves never stopped howling. And we could hear the screams of villagers all throughout the night. My mother took my hands and we hid under the bed.
Lucretia, is that you under the bed? I can see you.
Can he see us now?
Does he know we're here?
Dracula sees everything, now and forever.
This is just too creepy.
My mother took my hands and we ran.
Oh, no.
The only thing that saved my life that night was the rays of sun.
Ah!
Yeah!
One day soon, Lucretia, we will meet again. Of that I am sure. And you will be mine.
What a horrible experience! How did you survive? I worked as a servant for many years. When Mr. Holmes hired me, I finally thought that my past was behind me. But I see that it has come to haunt me. See, now you see why I cannot stay home and bake cookies. There's not a moment to lose.
Father, time to keep him away.
Yes. So annoying. Stop that. Thank you. All right. I consent. We're all in this together.
Excellent. The game is afoot.
Welcome aboard, Mrs. D.
So, you must tell us what has happened already.
Well, it all began with a terrible journey. A full moon, rain, Thunder and lightning.
Get ready, everyone, because we're off to save civilization! Whoopee!
I'm a lawyer, you see, and Count Dracula was in the process of purchasing several dwellings in England. My law firm assigned me the task of securing his signature on all pertinent documents. For days I have been traveling. First by boat, then by train,
Choo-choo!
and finally by coach. Lightning flashes everywhere, and bone-crushing thunder. Absolutely treacherous, but we pushed on through the night, faster and faster, and after several hours, the coachman came to a sudden stop and pointed off into the distance. I am alone now. Cold wind whips down from the mountains. Wolves howl in the distance. Then suddenly, the silhouette of a large castle. With huge towers and parapets, I begin walking up the path that leads to a large door.
Careful, Jonathan.
I am, my love, I am. I knock on the door, and after several moments, I knock again, and I'm about to leave when I hear heavy footsteps approaching. Louder and louder, light seeps through the cracks in the wooden door. Then suddenly, the sound of rattling chains and the clanking of massive bolts. A key is turned, and the great door swings open.
Looks like he's gonna croak any second now!
Good evening, Mr. Harker. I've been waiting for you. Welcome to my humble home.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Count.
Tell me, have you brought the documents I requested? Time is of the essence.
Yes, I have, sir, indeed.
Excellent. We shall attend to business shortly. First, you must enjoy the scrumptious meal my associates have prepared for you.
Then these things appear out of nowhere and snatch at my luggage.
Whoa, those associates look a little gnarly around the edges if you ask me. Ginny, I'm just saying.
Enjoy your supper, my new young friend. Until then.
Then the Count bows, and then he's gone.
How did he do that?
So, after I wash up, I am escorted to the banquet hall. I take you with me everywhere, my darling, so I won't be lonely.
You're such a dear.
Hey, that's not very nice. You take that back or I will stop that. Both of you, focus. Show weakness and you are doomed. Jonathan.
Yes, sir. So I notice there is only one seat, and I ask, will the Count be joining me for supper?
The Count would never take a person for it.
Well, I can't wait that long. I'm famished. So, the food starts coming. And I start eating. More and more and faster and faster. Oh, thank you. Ooh, that was delicious. Oh. And I'm eating so fast that suddenly I cut my finger. Boy, did that sting.
Has my humble supper met with your satisfaction, Mr. Harker?
Yes, sir. Very tasty. Thank you, but in my haste, I seem to have cut my finger.
Oh dear. Let me have a look.
Maybe you were right.
Women.
So sorry about that unseemly interruption. It's just we have so few guests. Whenever we do, it's always so stimulating. Now then, shall we do a little business?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey! You stay away from my man, you vampire witch associate thing, you hear me? Way to go, Mina!
My law firm has reserved several properties in and around our great city of London.
London! How wonderful! There are so few people left for us to enjoy here, Mr. Harker. But in London, with its teeming crowds, what a banquet of opportunity awaits us.
Hey, how did he do that?
His powers are limitless.
This is just too freaky.
I can feel the heat of their blood pulsing through their veins. How exciting it will be to attend the opera and float along the cobblestone streets at midnight. Now then, Mr. Harker, where shall we rest our weary heads after our late night celebration?
We found several properties for you throughout London. The oldest structures we could find, in fact, as you requested.
Excellent! We love old things, don't we, ladies?
The history! So memory!
I myself come from an old family that has survived centuries of loneliness and death. And much, much blood.
Oh, gosh, she's off again. Why is nobody watching her?
But a few of the properties aren't in the best sections of town, I'm afraid. One of them has nearly crumbled to the ground, and it's leaning up against an insane asylum. You'd never get a good night's sleep there.
Oh, not to worry, Mr. Harker. I have always felt perfectly at home with the insane.
Master? It is I, Renfield, your humble servant. Come to me, Master. I'm waiting.
Soon, very soon we shall be together. Be patient.
Does anybody else see that creepy guy over there, or is that just me?
This thing doesn't work for long distances.
I must say, Count, this is all very unsettling. Where did that poor creature come from?
Nothing to worry about, Mr. Harker. Sometimes when the moon is full, I can see into the future. It's a terrible burden, but it keeps me from getting bored. Something while we wait for the arrival of television and Xbox.
What's Xbox?
Later, Mrs. D, much later.
Now, Mr. Harker, I am so very thirsty to begin my journey, so please just show me where to sign.
As the Count leans over the table to sign the documents, a shudder comes over me. His fingernails are so long and cut to a sharp point. There seems to be hair growing out of the center of his palms. His breath is so foul. My stomach begins to turn as if I might puke.
And who might this lovely lady be?
She's my fiancée, sir.
Ah, yes, the lovely Miss Mina. You're to be married in Whitby, a town just north of London, I believe.
Well, yes, but I don't ever recall mentioning Mina's name or where we would be married.
He's reading your mind, Mina.
From a photograph?
Images reveal the soul, my dear young lady. Your thoughts and your dreams.
This is just too much.
No, please stop.
And might I attend your wedding, Mr. Harker, to help celebrate your good fortune?
Absolutely, my dear Count. It would be an honor to have you as a guest.
Jonathan!
I'm sorry. I was just being gracious. I didn't know he was doing the mind-reading thing.
And might the lovely Mina have a friend who could be my guide, perhaps? Maybe the lovely Miss Lucy.
The poor girl.
There's so little time. Please, I can't control myself much longer. Hurry!
It is settled then. First to Whitby, where I shall enjoy Miss Lucy's companionship to the fullest extent, and then on to Whitby, where we shall celebrate our mutual good fortune. A toast. Cranberry juice, sprinkled on top with some of my prize-winning blood-red rose petals.
It's really good! Did anyone look at that? What do you think just stood up there was drink?
If you insist.
Oh, I insist. Indeed, I do.
How thoughtful of you.
Come on, drink it, come on,
He's an idiot. Didn't you hear us? We're standing right here.
very, very much.
Oh, the children of the night have come to keep you company, Mr. Harker. Sweet dreams.
That's what happens when you take candy from strangers.
Until we meet up close and personal, my dear.
Are you alright, Mina? My head hurts. He's crawled inside your heart, my dear. He knows you love young Jonathan. Jonathan, where's Jonathan?
He's still in the castle! Over there!
Flopped on the floor.
In the past!
This is so confusing.
We must hurry so little time remains.
Jonathan? Wake up, Jonathan, wake up!
Oh, right. Thanks, guys. Got it.
Father, I was sleeping and heard an alarm go off.
Are you feeling better, sir?
A bit better, yes, thank you. Thought I'd come along with you for a few miles at least. Jonathan?
Yes, sir. So when I wake up, my head is hurting and I hear these sounds. Wagon wheels and men shouting. Hello there. Where is Count Dracula?
The count is gone 3 days ago.
3 days? I have to get going.
It's the thing.
Oh no! Ah! Okay! Oh, there you go.
Where did she come from? She's as strong as hell.
Thank you!
Ain't that no strong girl? We have no time. We must take these boxes to the ship.
To the ship? What ship?
Out with it, man. Hurry!
Where did he come from?
Please tell us what the ship is.
Okay. No more men.
Okay,
No
no
more
more.
microphones.
Over the mountain. That way. To the Black Sea.
The Black Sea! The Black Sea? Then where?
To London.
Hey, what's in these boxes?
These are the last of his coffin beds.
Coffin bed? Where he rests in the dust of the centuries, where he was once born to renew his powers.
How many coffin beds is he bringing with him?
About 50 or so total. More like 45. I think 46, 47, 48.
With 50 coffin beds hidden all throughout England, he can invite anybody he wishes.
At any time he wishes.
And go Betty by anywhere he wishes.
We must destroy him.
Good luck with that.
Not a moment to lose.
Whoa, keep letting go.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you for the information. You guys can go now. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, you guys are so
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't drop me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Great help. Thank you for the information.
So then, as best I could, I calculated that Dracula and his coffin beds must have made their way by wagon train to the towns of Transylvania before turning south onto Bucharest and arriving finally to the Black Sea, here.
Where? I don't see any Black Sea.
Someone, please, we need the Black Sea. We have to get going here.
Oh, the Black Sea is coming.
And arriving finally to the Black Sea, here. Excellent.
you're doing great, dear.
Thank you. And while Dracula prepared to sail to England, I prepared to make the long, arduous overland journey to the port of Calais, where I planned to book passage across the English Channel to jolly old Whitby. And when all was ready,
Okay, just seems like the right thing to do. Okay, focus, guys. On your mark, get set, clear off!
Oh my God.
I spent all day and all night in the carriage. The worst bumpy ride you could imagine. We hit potholes, slid into trenches, and we barely stopped.
You poor thing.
So many miles through forests and valleys and rain. And rain. and more rain.
And don't forget the thunder. What were you doing? I don't know.
I was getting really, really hungry.
You poor dear.
Would you like an apple?
Oh, no thanks. That looks kind of, dead to me.
Have some spinach then!
And then, outside of Milan,
Okay, here we go. The super sauce.
That's quite a mouthful.
You have no idea. I say that every time, or else I get fired.
Bummer.
Okay, so we will definitely be charged with taxes. That comes up to about $1,000 or so. Guys ready for your cab?
Your pizza fest, can we get some food too? Me too, we're hungry.
hey!
Jenny, what? It just smells so good and I was so hungry. Does anybody want some? Oh, where were we?
With the strong wind at his back, Dracula and the strange female things that hang around him sailed off for England. Then the Prince of Darkness sailed past Istanbul and into the Mediterranean Sea, past the Greek Isles, slithered along the Italian coast.
Dracula had some dinner. He must have been very hungry.
You don't quite get the full picture yet, do you, young lady?
Vampires don't eat apples or granola.
They don't eat pizza either.
You there, Santa Claus.
Makes me pleasant. You have a little something.
Right there.
Hey, I'm your girl.
It's too late. It's always too late.
That is how they get their energy, their super strength, from the life force of others. And when daylight appears,
So, we're safe during the day, right?
wrong. In the daytime, some vampires can survive under the shade of trees or in the shadows of buildings.
Oh no.
Wait,
No.
that's me.
No, don't
But if by some chance sunlight falls upon their skin will start to bubble up. The bubbles will explode and foul-smelling pus will ooze everywhere, and their hair will catch on fire and fall out of their ugly little heads.
Was that me or what? Let's give it up for the bubble up!
Let's get on with it, shall we?
Sorry, I got distracted again. Where are we now?
The best we can determine, Dracula and his schooner went down the Straits of Gibraltar, then up the coast of Portugal and France. Go, Jonathan! Hurry!
Faster, my Lucy is waiting for me!
Maybe you will, but we'll stop you.
Mrs. D, I shall soon add you to my menu.
You come, you demon, you. I'm not afraid. I'm afraid.
He's exhausted.
When I arrived at the port town of Calais, I caught the last boat to Whitby. Then, beaten and battered and bruised beyond all comprehension, I hopped in a cab and arrived at Mina's cozy little mansion. Hurry, Mina. We must save poor Lucy.
Then, so exhausted and sick, my poor dear Jonathan staggered towards me and then...
Good job, Jonathan. We always believed in you. Keep it up.
Yeah! Jonathan! Jonathan!
No time for congratulations, young lady. Not a moment to lose. The journey into darkness has just begun.
Sorry. Jonathan! Jonathan!
Then, 2 nights after Jonathan
There's something in the wind that can feel it. The sound looks
Wow.
like the end of the world. Like the end of the world.
Then mountains of fog came rolling up the cliffs.
I can see my hand back there. My face.
Sunbeam, moonlight, and through the darkness,
Then far in the distance.
Dracula's schooner, sailing faster and faster.
It's not stopping.
Even Dracula cannot defeat the forces of nature!
It crashes against docks below. A few of the squadron beds crash into the hull, spilling its foul earth into the sea.
Dock workers run for their lives. Then, a huge black beast of a dog leaps out from below the deck.
Bounds up the side of the hill. It comes straight for us.
Oh, no! Get that! Please no!
Run, Lucy, run!
You're too late. I can't resist.
When I was young, I never needed anyone. And making love was just